So one of the best marketing pieces you can have in your real estate business is a newsletter. And I want to explain that to you. What happened was I started to see that clients were actually reading the email. I would have people who, I did the email every Monday, 52 weeks out of the year. You know, I'd have people reach out to me on conversations over the phone, sometimes in person, and they say, hey, we love reading your Monday morning mojo. And so I knew that there was something there. Well, if you fast forward, there became a time where I stopped sending my Monday morning mojo. Years had went by. People were still referencing that they enjoyed reading it. And I'd had that experience before with other marketing pieces where people had referenced that they seen them and they were paying attention to them. And what I think is I just really achieved the goal of mindshare. So a newsletter, you have to understand that your database is either appreciating or depreciating every single day. And what we're trying to tap into is the lifetime value of the customer. There's a couple assumptions we're making here. Assume that everybody in your database that is a past client knows 4 people locally, 12 people nationally that are going to make a move in the next 12 months. But that's every year. Imagine if every year you got a referral for every past client. You'd probably have a good business. And so it's optimizing the business and leveraging marketing principles. You want to do business with the people who already know, like, and trust you. And there's not a better transaction than to do with a referral because they're predisposed to want to do business with you. They want to listen to your expert advice. They want to do business at your terms. And so a newsletter helps you build that type of business, but it also helps you with conversion when you're trying to turn strangers into clients. A newsletter, first, it's gonna help you build a brand. It's gonna help you build expertise. It's gonna help you be positioned as an authority in your marketplace, and it's gonna help you build deeper relationships. And overall, what I think is important, it helps you build your past clients in your database like a community that all gather around to hear what you have to say about real estate and things that are going on in the marketplace. So a newsletter allows you to build a better business. So one of the things that I want you to understand is that most people think that their newsletter is just for their past clients, and it really isn't. It does help you get referrals, but you can also send it to vendors. You know, vendors, I always had a vendor who would help contribute to my newsletter, whether that was a painter that talked about remodeling, maybe a remodeling company, a pool company, mortgage company, title company. All of the questions that maybe an unconverted lead or somebody who hasn't done a real estate transaction in the last 7 years, information that might be helpful, I'd bring those people and invite them to contribute to my newsletter. I also would use it for my current clients, active listings, any buyers that I'm working with. I would use it for recruiting. And one of the main things that I think is most overseen, and I've witnessed this, it is a great tool to use for farming. You can take the entire newsletter and in the header, you can rebrand it for the neighborhood. And I'm going to explain how that works in a little bit, but understand, again, a newsletter can build your brand where when people think of real estate, they think of you. So a lot of people ask me, well, Mike, if you do a newsletter, how often should you do it? I think you should understand that consistency is key. In the beginning, you might have to commit to quarterly. Then you might decide that you want to move to something maybe monthly. The main thing that I want you to understand is if you can't do it but biannually, it's still going to be better than doing nothing because your past client database every day is appreciating or depreciating, and its value is elastic to your ability to communicate with it. Now that brings me to another great point. Should you send it out in print or should you send it out in digital? I didn't always have that luxury, but I want to break down both. Now, I prefer print because I think that there's something that really helps you build a deeper relationship in print. And I think it also allows you to self-liquidate because a newsletter gives you the ability to let other people advertise. Maybe there's a local restaurant, maybe there's a gym. There's other people in your marketplace that want to get in front of those customers. And if you understand who those people are and you make those individuals an offer, then you can actually create a newsletter that you send out on a monthly basis and you could actually zero cost that marketing piece. And that's the best type of marketing that you can do. Something that you can do consistently, something that's going to help you build your brand. But if you're going to do it in a digital format, there's also today other things that you can do to repurpose it. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do an email. Now, we all generate leads. We generate leads at open house. We generate leads by prospecting. But one of the things that I do, and I think is a very important metric to tracking your business, is new additions to the list. New emails, opted in, people who've given you permission to send them marketing messages. And a newsletter, one point I want to point out, is not perceived as marketing. So it's more communication for you to communicate with them. And advertisements aren't typically things that consumers want to read. Advertisements are things that they notice and they get attention, but articles are things that consumers want to consume, and it helps you build with them. So one of the cons when you're doing it digitally is understand that people change their email throughout the year. So you're gonna have about 20% of your clients who emails no longer are good. And so that's gonna have to, you're gonna be required to have a hygiene. You wanna make sure that you're getting good deliverability. But I'm telling you right now, if you look at the cost and the return on investment and the return on the time, this is one of the best things that you can do. And another thing I want to point out is with email, about 60% of your emails don't get open, but that's okay. Every newsletter is going to have a different theme. And when you learn the power of how to promote it digitally, it's when that customer is ready. You know, there's somebody right now that's going to make a move 11 months from now. And if they've seen your newsletter and they didn't open it, you still impressed upon them. They still saw you in their inbox. They decided not to opt out. And maybe it's the right time. Maybe something happened in their job. Maybe they found out that their spouse, their wife was pregnant. Something happened on in their life. And now they're in the position of they're thinking of making a move. They see that email and then they open it. So don't be discouraged around your open rates. Although those are important, you want to establish benchmarks. Digital is going to have one of the main pros. It's going to allow you to have cast the widest net. And the thing that I like about the newsletter the most is right now, I know from past experiences about 3% of the people that you generate leads are ready to do something today. 20% are going to be ready to do something in the next 12 months. So it allows you to communicate, build a brand, and ultimately it's going to help you increase conversion.